One of the challenges you see often is that you have all these great tools, but if you can't use them in a simple form, I think that being one of the focuses for IGEL, I think is helping out a lot of people. A lot of organizations are in different stages of the digital transformation model, and depending on where they're at, I think IGEL actually facilitates each stage of that model. So for example, sometimes people are just having a pain point for a refresh and they're just looking for a tool. Well, you know, IGEL came from a hardware world. It's a tool. They could do that. As they start progressing further along down that model where they now care about management, well, UMS is the perfect fit for that. As you continue further down that model, you now need metrics, you need experiences, you're caring about user focus. And IGEL has been doing a great job of facilitating that while providing the stages across the board. So whether you're early on and you're tool focused, later on you're now management focused, and then finally more specifically around that user experiencing, providing some way of managing that, providing some way to secure that, yet providing the features that they're looking for. You know, that's kind of cool. I think a simple use case is around the PC refresh. We see that a lot, and UDC does a great job of facilitating that. You know, I'll be honest and say that there was a time we didn't use IGEL and we used other software to provide that feature set. It lacked in management, something that IGEL facilitated, but that's easy. That's an easy use case for me to talk about. I think more importantly now, we're seeing the remote workforce, and where IGEL's going with its gateway products, that to me is where I think we're providing something that's not there today. Work is not a place, it's an activity. And I think IGEL is aligning itself to that mentality quite a bit. We've had a customer recently who's focusing around growing its workforce, but without facilities. It's a huge undertaking for them because one, workforce management for starters is its own challenge. But how do you provide that type of in-home or in-house facility regardless of where they're at? And thankfully IGEL's been able to facilitate that, you know, regardless of whether that's someone's home PC, whether they ship out a terminal, and they have different options to select. Companies have created stipend programs where they leverage IGEL plus some other device, and I think it's fantastic. As a small organization, we have multiple locations, but we still remain small, lean and mean. In order for us to be successful, we need partners like IGEL. That's just the only way we can make that possible. When we think about partnering with any organization, we use IGEL as an example, whether it's through their programs that they provide. That's great. On the engineering side, we need someone we can talk to. I've never been in a situation where I couldn't get who I needed on the phone. Having that kind of backing from IGEL is spectacular. Having the ability to bring in big guns, you know, Gartner support, things like that. That's just not something you find in the partner community from a lot of vendors. So IGEL facilitates that partnership, and that we consider it that way. It's a true partnership. So when I have to call IGEL, I'm able to get to a competent person, someone that's either seen the problem before, or if not, can get to development, and the turnaround time of that has been spectacular. I'm a skeptic when it comes to technology. I remember when IGEL was in our office showing UD Pocket for the very first time, and the first thing that occurred to me was, who would use this and why? And since then, I've become a believer, and I've actually had a chance to see it in action multiple times. I was just having a conversation with a customer, and we were talking about, all right, I need to show this technology. I need to get the business on my side. There's no faster way to do that than UD Pocket. UD Pocket gives me the ability to get it in, get it out. So little time on my guys, so little time on the customer side, and it gets to exactly what they're trying to do. They want to get to the app delivery. They want to get to their desktop. Sure, IGEL is part of that story. It's not the only story, and IGEL's facilitating a way to do that where they can give a real experience, not some demo that has been created or anything like that. So that's one of the technologies that I really like, but more importantly, their focus on software and their gateway product. That to me is, they're seeing the bigger picture. They're recognizing that we're going into a distributed workforce, a distributed data center, a distributed app delivery. You need a way to manage that somehow. You know, we're here at Synergy, and you see that that's what Citrix's messaging is all about, bringing centralized management. Well, you know what? They're missing a piece. They're missing the access piece, and IGEL complements that quite well. Our relationship with IGEL grows on a regular basis as our offering becomes package-based, as it becomes end-to-end. IGEL is a complementary piece of that. as I see it continuing, I feel that IGEL is going to be just a standard in everything we do. When we're talking a solution, will always be IGEL, Citrix, app delivery, focusing on user experience.